there is an opportunity to hire horses here, and you can actually do this trek on horseback. So that could be interesting. The landscapes is just something that I can't get over here in Mongolia. It's just absolutely stunning. An incredible amount of dinosaur bones and dinosaur eggs have been found in and around this location. We are off to the next destination. And if you have loved following along our travels here in Mongolia, make sure to stay tuned to see what we do next and where we end up. See you there, guys.
Өглөөний мэнд хүмүүсээ. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning from Ziga. This morning we have woken up pretty late. It was nice. Boya and I were warm. CJ was not warm.
No.
But today, what are we up to?
We are going to go on a hike through a canyon, which is called
Yolyn Am Canyon. Here's one of very few places where even this time of year you can still see ice throughout the canyon, but it's a bit of a walk. It's 10 kilometers long, which roughly take around 2 to 3 hours one way. We'll see how far we get in today, but it would be cool to see.
Yes, you can also see snow leopards and vultures, bearded vultures here.
Yeah, so
the home to the bearded vultures.
on that, Yolyn Am is also translated to the Valley of the Vultures or the Valley of Eagles because there's so many there. But it would be really, really cool to see, and it's a bit of a hike. We got our coffee the mugs that we got from Nomin's supermarket. Let's go. Let's hit the road, Jack.
Jack.
Okay, so the road we're on currently that just leaves from the camp runs about 10 kilometers long. You could walk it, but it would take a long time to do this plus the hike. So at the end there's a bit of a car park, and from the Lonely Planet book that we have, using the book as our guide from 11 years ago, there is an opportunity to hire horses here, and you can actually do this trek on horseback. So that could be interesting, really, really cool. So this road runs about 10 kilometers all the way through. You're gonna have to drive, obviously. Obviously, if you come this far in Mongolia, you have a driver. So drive along this road for 10 Ks, park at the car park, and then there's your entrance. With a lot of hikes that we've done throughout the world, the biggest piece of advice is make sure to look up, because especially in this region is probably where you are going to see the Argali sheep. They're not going to be walking around where you can see them. They're going to be up high. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can see them.
A few moments later.
Okay, we have arrived at the Yolyn Am Canyon. This is the car park that I was talking to you about. I think it's changed from when the Lonely Planet book was published, but here, just there, is actually a little restaurant that's set up. Might not be here by the time you come to Mongolia, because it seems as though things change quite quickly, which is quite nice. A bird just ran under Cass's feet. But how, the landscapes is just something that I can't get over here in Mongolia. It's just absolutely stunning. If you're not on our Instagram yet, CJ put up a whole bunch of information about the percentages of land in one of our stories. So make sure you follow along and don't miss anything, because we do spread some information out across our YouTube and our Instagram. So can't wait to hike this. Okay, leaving the car park now and heading down to start the trek. There's a few souvenir salesmen here. Have a look at this. How cool is this? I think they're like a hat, which is cool. Lots of fur. Very cool, very nice. I think there's usually more in I would say peak season, but it's nice to see traditional Mongolian souvenirs. We actually haven't seen a lot of them before. Look at the 2-hump camels. Very cool. And down here, I wasn't too sure if the information in the Lonely Planet book published 11 years ago is still going to be accurate. But there's a lot of horses down here that you can hire. So like I said before, you can actually trek this gorge on horseback. And this is what it will look like. Have a look at this. Doesn't that look cool? Let's get started. So that little guy there is actually called a pika. Yes, like Pikachu. Part of the rabbit family. That was a big one. The little ones actually resemble a lot like mice. They run around really fast, heading into their little burrows. But yeah, part of the rabbit family. So way back when this area was first protected, it was actually protected to preserve the bird life surrounding their areas. But it's quickly become popular for its vast landscapes. Like, look at this. It's absolutely incredible. It's become very, very popular among foreign tourists and even local tourists now to come and walk, come and trek through. Provide all the valleys, provide a lot of shade. And then of course, when you take your time, you can see, well, hopefully if you're lucky, you can see your Agali sheep, and maybe in the winter you can even see snow leopards. So it's very, very beautiful, very peaceful here. This flower has crossed rivers to get to you.
Oh, thank you, Dad. How beautiful is it?
Now we're actually head down. It's getting a lot cooler. You can hear the water flowing through. It's just really, really relaxing and really peaceful. Here's your first look at the ice that's formed here. Look at this, guys. This is all ice. Really, really thick ice. And it's still here and often survives in this valley all the way up into a good part of the summer. So it's really interesting. Ice. So unique to think that this ice just hangs around here until, you know, parts of the midsummer. I guess it's because it's so deep in the valley. It's actually really cool here, but it's a very, very stunning landscape. Cool ice, running river, blue skies, excellent stone structures. Whoa, whoa, that's soft. Some of it is really soft. Walk closer to the mountain.
You missed!
I got it! So interesting, look underneath. All hollow. And you can see the ice melting. If you do come here, the start of June, you can come into Yolyn Am Canyon and you walk along the ice, walk closer to the mountain. Okay, stay safe, guys.
All this ice and sliding, almost going ass out, reminds me of us trekking in Nepal a few months ago. If you haven't seen the video of us trekking Annapurna base camp, check out the video here. It was a lifetime experience.
wildlife, we haven't really seen anything. But in the way of nature, it's been absolutely stunning. The landscapes through this canyon literally change around every single corner. It's really, really special. It's getting a little less unique, I guess you could say. No more ice, it's a lot more open. And where we are currently, there's lots of tire tracks. So I think this is the access point to the other side where you can get picked up. So you can actually start where we started, and then you can get a driver to come around the other side and pick you up. But yeah, it's good. And then there's some rangers patrolling the area. Make sure you're doing the right thing. But no sheep, no snow leopards. Seen a few ravens and some horses.
It's me.
And a few eagles. That's about it. But you don't really come on walks like this to spot wildlife. It's a bonus when you do.
We have just ticked over 8 kilometers. We have come to just about the end. Decided to turn around, but we're just stopping for a little snack, some baby food snack.
Anyone that hates on baby food while trekking, give us an out.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Careful, could you go with it?
So there's 2 little footbridges like that, symbolizing you're close to the end or you're at the start. For us, we're nearly back at the car park. If you're going to do this hike, sorry it's really windy, if you're going to do this hike, bring some water, at least a couple of liters, and some snacks. We probably walked a little bit too far, or further than what we thought. We're about 14 kilometers so far. We're nearly back at the car park. It's taken us about 3.5 hours.
No,
Maybe.
clicked over.
Where'd you go?
4 hours, 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm at 10 to 4 hours. So about 4 hours, and we didn't walk that slow. We kept up a pretty good pace.
I don't think you need to go. If you hit like,
Hit those poles,
those poles,
you could probably stop
turn
there.
around. Unless if you want to go all the way to the end, there is a viewpoint.
Oh, it's not really a viewpoint.
I mean,
You can look out and see the main road in another province, but
I mean,
that's about it. So that's the hike. Bloody good hike.
look at the view.
Bloody good scenery. Here's the other footbridge, but look at the view it gives you. Okay, back at the car park now. 4 hours and 8 minutes. 15.1 kilometers. So, just gonna find out how much these horses are, so we can give you guys some information. So 20,000 for one horse, one way. Remember how we said you can get picked up around the other side? That's where the horse stops, and then your car picks you up. If you want to come back on the horse, it's another 20,000, so 40,000 total, which is about $30 Australian. But back at the car, reunited with Booyah. Good hike. There we go. Okay, we are off. How was your first night sleeping in a ger camp?
Well, considering we've been sleeping in a tent the last few nights, it was comfortable.
Luxurious, I would say. If you do come into a ger camp and it is set up like ours, so ours has 5 single beds here. First thing CJ did was test them all out and see which ones were the softest. So it's a bit like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears situation happening there. Highly recommend you do that.
First in, best dressed, yeah.
But this place, look at the detail in here. Isn't that beautiful? That is obviously hand painted. A lot of time and love has been spent. But now we are off to the next destination. And if you have loved following along our travels here in Mongolia, make sure to stay tuned to see what we do next and where we end up. See you there, guys. Alright guys, we have arrived at a place called Bayanzag. Now, if you are a dinosaur lover, you may have heard of this place before. And the reason I say that is Bayanzag is also known as the Flaming Red Cliffs. The reason that we are here is because this Flaming Red Cliffs is very, very popular for a few reasons. One, it is very unique to its landscape, and 2, an incredible amount of dinosaur bones and dinosaur eggs have been found in and around this location, and those dinosaur bones and dinosaur eggs are actually featured in museums all around the world. So if you're a dinosaur lover, you will love this. There is a shop here with like t-shirts and gifts, which is really, really cool. Before we head in and see actual Flaming Red Cliffs, we're going to go in and watch a little bit of a short film to give us all the information about it. Okay, so we just watched a video, short little film, before we actually head into the site, head in to see the Red Cliffs, Flaming Red Cliffs. And the film was about Roy Chapman Andrews, and this is the gentleman who led the expedition in 1922 and basically paved the way for paleontology and put this place on the map for finding all things considered to be dinosaur.
The first dinosaur eggs were found here with still the embryo, and it's the first time ever in the world that they could study eggs with the embryo still inside. Yeah, yep. So it still had the skeletons of the baby dinosaurs inside of the egg. Yeah. And the film has said that he actually literally fell on this, and like he fell down the cliff. Yeah. And just happened to stumble across this finding. So if that's true, that's an incredible finding. But I mean, they have footage of it, like it's the old school film tape. Yeah, yeah. So, and you can see everything was filmed. Yeah, very true. So there is some souvenir shops here. So we're gonna go take a look at those, of course. And then we will ascend to the Flaming Red Cliffs and see how much of it we can see. Maybe we'll find some dinosaurs. Okay, so these are the souvenir shops. I want a Mongolian flag. So let's see if they have them. Ooh. So these are the cliffs. The Flaming Red Cliffs. And I bet my bottom dollar that this entire place has not been fully excavated, and there is still more more dinosaur related artifacts to be found. But let's go up to the top. You can walk all the way to the top and let's go check it out. So to enter Bayanzag is
absolutely really special. There's a place like this that is etched in history so well, and this site is so well documented, and you can still just come here and row and literally walk on the same soil, on the same sand that Roy Chapman Andrews and his team walked on and literally discovered the first dinosaur eggs in the world. That is documented and recorded. So yeah, that is really special. So right now we are walking down from the viewing deck, which is just up there, to this. How cool is that? That looks absolutely incredible.
It's really cool. It's crazy that there's dinosaurs here.
I can see like dinosaurs roaming around in the distance.
But like here, there's formations here, right? And there's nothing.
Yeah.
So they would have to trek for days to get to that mountain over there.
Yeah.
So this would be a place, I don't know, there'd be shelter here.
Yeah.
Because there's no trees or anything
There's nothing here.
in the desert here. So yeah,
Nothing
the
here.
Gobi Desert.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. Let's go find some dinosaurs. I'm holding on to my hat because it's bloody windy up here. But what I find interesting as well, is apart from everything else that's here, is all the fossils and all the findings that were excavated here got strapped to the back of camels. They got packed in crates with camel fur, and then basically they got shipped off to New York via Peking in China. So yeah, like the fossils that are found here can literally be found all over the world, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And here, there's no fences here. There's nothing here, there's nothing this side. Here, there's nothing stopping you from going down and exploring just like they did. I mean, you know, you're not a paleontologist, I get it, but if you are someone who really enjoys this as a hobby, or maybe you work in this field, if you haven't been here, you need to get your ass to Mongolia, because I am not even like a big fan of this. This is really special. This spot would take hours and hours to explore. We checked out 3 of the viewing points. Behind me, I'm not sure if you can see this big line there. That's a row full of statue camels, and I think they're to represent, they called them back in the day the camel caravan, which is quite funny. They carried all their stuff, as I mentioned before, so maybe we'll go check those out as well. But like I said, this site would take hours and hours to explore. It's currently 1800 here, and we're getting hungry. We did a big 15-kilometer hike this morning, and it's time for some food. So we're gonna go find a place to camp, set up our tent for the night, and cook some spaghetti bolognese. So these camel statues, you can get an idea of what it would be like the way that they've packed them out with the packs on each side. But these are actually not a representation of the expedition. What these camels are representing a road back in the 18th century called T Road. Now, this plays a vital role because Mongolia provided safe passage for the Chinese and the Russian to export their goods on camel all the way to Europe. And that road was called T Road. This is how interesting is that? Now, I don't think these are exact to scale size camels, because they're pretty big, but you know, it gives you a really good representation. Back in the day, you would see lines and lines of camels, and they called that camel caravan. And then yeah, so Mongolia provided safe passage for other countries to pass through their country to transport goods from, which is absolutely great. But yeah, how good. All right, see you at camp. We are off to basically an iconic landmark of a desert, and it is the sand dunes. We've been waiting to go to here the whole time since Mongolia. It's one of the main attractions we wanted to go.
We are currently about to go meet a local family.
Not exactly sure what's happening, but we've been given something to sniff and something to drink. It's been a very warm welcome. I think it's just hit lunchtime. We've had a shot of vodka, and not sure if we can have drugs, but you know, when in Mongolia, let's go ride camels. Welcome to Mongolia!